Am I the asshole for not taking a special request from my wife while cooking the family breakfast? Last weekend I, 36 male, decided that I was going to make my family, wife 35 and kids 12 female, 11 female, 9 male, a big breakfast spread as part of the lame, according to our oldest daughter, family time that we decided to have that day. The plan was to have breakfast together, watch a movie, have lunch, and play some games as a family before we released the kids from the clutches of the, again, lame, family time. So anyway, I got up early, heated up the waffle iron and the huge stovetop skillet, and went to work making waffles, scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and hash browns. As I was finishing and the kids had plated up, my wife asked me to throw a couple of eggs over easy on for her. She's the only one in our family who can stand runny yolks. Neither I nor the kids will touch them, but she really likes them. I just told her, nah, I'm finishing up already. If you really want a couple of eggs your way and want to make them yourself, go for it, but I'm done. She responded, you're already cooking. I'm in the mood for a couple of over easy eggs. Why can't you just throw them on for me? I refused and it turned into way more a quiet, bickering argument than it should have. It's been on my mind since, and on the one hand I feel bad my wife just asked me for a small favor that wouldn't have been a big deal at all to fulfill. But on the other hand I had made plenty of food already. My wife likes scrambled eggs too just fine, and there was plenty of food for her to eat. Why did she need to go insisting on her special request? It was honestly a silly, petty fight, but nonetheless I'm curious who people think was in the right. Edit. The top question asked if my wife and I routinely bicker this way. No, we don't. That's why this bothered me so much. Neither of us usually dig our heels in so much over something so minor. Which is why I felt weird enough about this to ask strangers about it. Now, having said that, while there is some dissension, the prevailing opinion is that I was wrong. I accept that. I let the lazy mood I was in that morning take over when I should have just made my wife happy. But some people are making way too much out of this. My wife and I love each other and love our children, and everything is good. We have a good family. Stop wishing bad upon our marriage and family just because I got a little lazy one morning. I just wanted to know if I was in the wrong in this one situation, and apparently I was. I can accept that. Finally, people apparently took me saying that the cooking is 75/25 in favor of my wife to mean that I do almost nothing to contribute to the family. That whole 75/25 thing was a bit of an orphan statistic with no context. I have a full-time job while my wife works between 10–12 hours a week at home. Our division of labor is fair. But I do accept that I'm the asshole. I shouldn't have been lazy and should have just given my wife what she wanted. Info. Is your bickering why your kids don't like family time? You are the asshole. Next time, make the eggs. Make the Chili by Pam Berg. A good friend of mine unexpectedly lost her husband. A couple of months later we were going for a run together, chatting about nothing. She asked me what my dinner plans were. I told her my hubby wanted chili, but I didn't feel like stopping at the store. We ran on for a few more minutes when she quietly said, "Make the chili." It took me a few minutes to realize we were no longer talking about dinner. It was about going out of your way to do something for someone you love, because at any moment, they could unexpectedly be taken from you. The next time someone you love wants you to go for a walk, watch some football or play a board game, just put your phone down and give them your undivided attention. Just do it. Make the chili. Am I the asshole for asking my mom not to invite her friend on my graduation trip to Japan? All names are fake. My mom, F49, is really close to her friend, Erin, F50. They've known each other for years, and got really close during quarantine. So close, that my mom goes over there 2–3 times a week to spend the night at her house, and they've gone on several vacations together including Iceland, Arizona, Mexico, Cabo, New York, etc. Since I, 17F, am graduating next year, my mom has already agreed in the past that we are going to go wherever I'd like to for my graduation, and I chose Japan. It has already been established that I just want it to be family coming along, since my mom always invites Erin and tends to do whatever they want to do instead of the rest of us, dad, brother, since Erin is very particular. And they want a more adventurous trip while we want to take the laid-back approach. However, last week, I decided to bring up the topic again since I just started school and wanted to discuss it a bit more before I forgot. After I finished, my mom adds that she will invite Erin since she's also always wanted to go there too. It's her dream destination. etc., etc., seemingly disregarding how this trip was meant to focus on my graduation. Every time we bring up a dream family vacation, she mentions she wants to invite Aaron and suggests I bring my close friend, too, I believe, to compensate. I got really angry, but tried to keep my cool since we've had these fights before about her always being gone somewhere with Aaron, and they never get resolved or end in a shouting match. I simply repeated that I did not want Aaron coming because my mom only caters to her, and if she was going to invite her, I might as well just take the trip alone. My mom laughed at my pettiness, and didn't acknowledge anything I said before slamming the front door. I feel bad because Erin is a good person and she has every right to go on a dream trip she's willing to pay for. I just don't understand why it has to be during my graduation trip. Am I the asshole? Are your parents still together cuz? I think she is with Erin. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, and your mom and Erin are in a relationship that is beyond obvious. Not the asshole. But I think you're not 100% right about Erin. She's kind of your stepmother. You just don't know it yet. Erin seems like your mom's lover. Not the asshole for not wanting your mom's lover to go on the trip. Not the asshole, this is a trip for you, not Erin. Erin can go with your mom on another occasion. Set your boundaries and stick to them. Personally, this would be a hill for me to die on, to the point that if I were ignored and Erin was there at the airport, I'd turn round and walk right back out and go home. You are graduating apart from anything else. The symbolism of it is you are moving on to a new phase in life and your mom needs to start respecting your boundaries. Am I the asshole for begging my boyfriend not to be in Heinz ketchup to omakase? Sorry, this all seems ridiculous, but I need a sanity check. I consider myself a foodie, but my boyfriend Jay is the exact opposite. Like, he'll literally eat, but it's more than that. He always starts things with me when I try to take him out for good food. For example, last year I got us reservations at a steakhouse and he made a point of ordering his steak well done with ketchup. The thing is, he doesn't even like eating the food this way. He does it to make a point that no one, not even I, can tell him how to eat his food. Well, his birthday is coming up and he likes sushi, so I wanted to treat him to a nice omakase experience. It's where you sit with the chef and eat the food in front of them. It's more than I spend on food in 2 weeks, but I thought it could be fun for both of us. Today he told me he's only going to go if he can bring a bottle of Heinz ketchup and put it on the table. I thought he was joking, but he was serious. I told him I've literally never seen him, or anyone else, eat sushi with ketchup. He actually got mad at me, saying that nobody gets to decide for him how he enjoys his food. He went on to yell at me that it's a shitty birthday gift because I'm the foodie and he isn't. I think he's being obnoxious with the ketchup thing, but maybe he's just making a point about me forcing my hobbies on him. IDK. Am I the asshole? Info. Your boyfriend aggressively opposes fine dining. Why is that your birthday gift to him? Why would you take him to omakase for his birthday if he isn't a foodie? Sounds like a gift for you. You are the asshole. The thing is, he doesn't even like eating the food this way. He does it to make a point. So why are you taking him out to nice restaurants for his birthday? Do something else. Either he finds you controlling, or he's messing with you in a way you don't find funny. Either way, there's no good reason to try and force the experience you want, for his birthday. Oh, and if he did bring ketchup to dip sushi in to make a point, he'd be an asshole as well. And possibly not allowed by staff. Yeah, you can't tell him how to eat, but it's still rude. Am I the asshole for giving my students crabs? Okay, look. I know the title is bad and clickbaity, but I need some outside perspective. I'm a little too close and burned out to trust myself on this one. Teacher life. IKIK. I, 28 female, teach at a lower income school here in the States. In the 6-ish years I've been teaching, I've always had animals in the classroom. I think it's really important, especially for students who can't have pets. This year, for the animal biology lesson, in addition to having our pet turtle, I decided to invest in hermit crabs. Prior to the month-long unit, I had the kids do reports on animals and used hermit crabs as an example. Then, as the unit was introduced, I revealed the crabs. The kids were so excited. They took turns taking care of them, learned all about them, named them, etc. After the unit finished, I decided I'd pick 3 students to take the crabs home. They had to fill out a form, get permission from guardians, and the grown-ups had to come to me to get the crabs. All of this cleared with admin, of course. Everything was fine and I chose my more responsible students, spoke with guardians, etc. A week later, one of the students told me something sad happened. Her crab died. I sent her to the guidance counselor to walk her through her grief and reached out to her mom to see how I could support her. Well, wouldn't you know it? According to Mom, I'm a total asshole for giving her daughter the pet to begin with. She's been crying non-stop and is devastated beyond belief. It wasn't my place to give her daughter a pet and I crossed so many lines. She then complained to admin about me and I had to have a meeting with the principal who told me it was a bad idea. Crabs are fragile and unknowingly inflicted grief on a child and hurt an animal in doing so. I just wanted to make the unit fun and teach responsibility as well as social-emotional skills. Am I the asshole? Edit. The mom came in to pick the crab up and I gave her an information packet along with all the supplies needed. I also let her know that crabs are fragile and warned her it may die and I'd be in touch if she needed me. I also want to clarify that the parents were aware of the unit and crabs as potential pets before the permission slips went out. I discussed the unit during conferences because it is a big unit. I wanted to see if there was an interest prior to executing the plan, and if not I was going to keep them and use them as classroom pets for years to come. Edit 2. A lot of you are upset I didn't provide all the students with crabs. As stated before, it's not realistic. I provided all the supplies for 3 crabs and this was one of many giveaways I do in the classroom. It's my own dime and my own time. I do lots of things to motivate my students including pizza parties, teacher for a day, etc. I shower my students in love in ways that are tailored to my students' unique interests and needs. Out of the 22 students I have, only 8 applied for the crabs. Of those, only 4 parents agreed to it. I picked the 3 I felt most comfortable with. Can you imagine buying 22 crabs? On a teacher salary? Y'all are wild. Edit 3. Thank you for all of your love and support. I appreciate your stories and resources. I am very humbled and realize where I effed up in this situation. I now have a fountain of knowledge on crab care and moving forward will not give out pets. Instead, I'll maintain a critter corner and provide adequate supervised care. Thank you all again. Not the asshole, it was a sad experience. But that's a part of life, and learning to deal with that grief is important for children to learn. You went through all of the appropriate steps in getting parental permission and clearing it with the administration. You even set in motion a great plan for her to work through her grief. It's not a bad thing that she is crying, she's working through some hard emotions. But just because they're hard, that doesn't mean they're bad. Crabs are fragile creatures. But so is any animal, so are humans. Life is fragile. And we'd do a severe disservice to children if we sheltered them from life, which death is a part of. Not the asshole. The parents, guardians had to sign official permission slips, so it becomes their responsibility for knowingly causing a child grief, not yours. They need to learn basic self-accountability. NGL, when I read the title I was like, you what? But it's not that kind of crabs at all. Good tears of joy.